Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. Fight fans worldwide, you've tuned into the #1 undisputed boxing podcast today. This is the Boxing Breakdown. Now, your heavy-handed, hard-hitting host, Mark Roxey.
Oh yeah, what's up? What's going on? What's up, people? This is your host, Mark Roxey, and you are listening to the Boxing Breakdown. We appreciate you tapping in, and thank you for being with us. And today, I have a really, really great guest, actually two great guests. And I attended a boxing event put on by the Hard Hitting Promotions out of Philadelphia yesterday at the Showboat in Atlantic City. It was absolutely tremendous. The fight took place there were so many. Well, first of all, before I even get into where it took place and how that all went down, hats off to the team at Hard Hitting Promotions. They put on an exceptional boxing event. It was a stacked card. We had Christian Tapia as the main event, squaring off against Mason Menard. 130-pound contest for the NABA Super Featherweight title. And Christian Tapia dominated the fight with a second-round TKO, and we're going to talk about that. Dylan Price was on the card against Edwin Rodriguez, which actually was one of my favorite fights of the night. It was outstanding. It took place it could have took place on a postage stamp, really. They were in the pocket pretty much for the entire fight, with the exception of one or two rounds where Dylan Price got into using his jab and started to fall in and out of action. But literally, it was a back and forth barn burner, and Edwin Rodriguez would throw 2 or 3 punches in the pocket, defend. Dylan Price would come back with 3 or 4, and really the fight was a story of punch output, fought at close distance. Tremendous bout. Really great step-up fight for Dylan Price, and really, I expect to see a lot more from Dylan Price and Edwin Rodriguez, because it was an exceptional fight. So there were a lot of fights on the card, man. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you missed an amazing fight. And I would recommend that, this is the start of a 12-month series of boxing put on by Hard Hitting that's going to take place one fight a month. So get out there and see those guys. It's pretty incredible. Hats off to all the pugilists, all the fighters: Anthony Young, Todd Manuel, Ricardo Caballo, Harold Lopez, Jerome Conquest, Wilfredo Garriga, Brandon O'Callahan, and Anthony Young, Desmond Lucas, Trey Martin, Isaiah Weiss, and Luis Solis. All great fights. I believe one of the fights didn't go down, but anyway, it's a great fight. Check them out at Hard Hitting Promotions for sure. And without further ado, I would like to welcome into the studio newly crowned NABA Super Featherweight champion Christian Tapia, and principal at Hard Hitting Promotions, Mr. Manny Rivera. What's up? Welcome to the studio, you guys.
Yeah, it's just a pleasure. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be in here with you. Definitely a joy, and we appreciate this opportunity. Grateful.
Yo, man, first of all, I have to tell you how grateful I am for what a treat this weekend. Hard Hitting Promotions had their first boxing event that's going to cap off a year of boxing, one boxing event per month. And what a spectacular opening night, man. It was fantastic. For those of you that are listening in today, check it out. You had Christian Tapia against Mason Menard, Dylan Price against Edwin Rodriguez, Anthony Young squared off against Todd Manuel. I mean, this card was on fire. Honestly, I was saying to a couple of my colleagues today that this was the best fight that I've seen in the last 3 years. So, Manny, hats off to you. It was an absolutely incredible card.
Thank you. You know, like as always, I give the glory to God. You know, without Him, you know, I always say, without God, man cannot, and without man, God will not. So, you know, all glory goes to Him, and you know, the team. I mean, we have an incredible team, from the ushers to the ticket handlers to my partner Will, which puts all these matches together. He has a gift. My other partner Carlos, to the sponsors. I mean, to people like you, Mark, that are in attendance and show so much support and love. I mean, to everyone, the fighters. You know, without them, none of this is possible. So, you know, shout out to all of them. I'm just a little piece of this puzzle.
Oh, man, you know what? And on top of doing an incredible job, you're humble as well. And it just sweetens the pot, bro. Honestly, it was a fantastic card. And Christian Tapia, man, I just want to take a moment to just tell you that your performance on Saturday night was absolutely outstanding. It was, you know...
Let me translate real quick, que él quiere coger un momentito de su tiempo para decirte que, wow, que él no puede creer lo que vio, que tu programa fue una cosa maravillosa, que fue una cosa de tú sabes, espectacular.
So, bueno, trabajo duro y gracias a Dios logramos el objetivo.
Que, you know, just hard work and dedication, and thanks to the Lord above that, you know, we achieved what we set out to do.
Yeah, man, absolutely. What a spectacular performance. So let me ask you, how are you feeling today? 2 days after the fight, your big fight, you captured the NABA title. How are you feeling?
¿Cómo te sientes hoy ganando el campeonato? ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Qué tú piensas de eso?
Feliz, contento, ¿verdad? Porque esto es un trabajo que viene, ¿verdad? Con sufrimiento, ¿verdad? Y sudor, lágrimas, y gracias a Dios, pues lograrlo es una alegría inmensa.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, this takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment, a lot of sacrifice, you know, a lot of sweat, blood, and tears, to be able to, you know, get to where I am today. But thank the Lord, and thanks to everyone that, you know, we're here.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the evening on Saturday night. You squared off against Mason Menard, and you know, the fight went 2 rounds, and so I want to know, what was it that you saw in round 1? Did you see anything in round 1 that?
¿Qué fue?
Yeah.
¿Qué fue ¿qué fue lo que tuviste en el primer round que te hizo ser tan agresivo así?
Salimos con el plan de que él venía para el frente y le metimos buenas manos, y en realidad pues sus manos no las sentí. Me dio 2 o 3 manos buenas, pero no las sentí, al segundo round, pues decidimos pararnos con él un poquito a ver qué nos traía, a ver si más pegada o no. Pero ahí fue pues, que llegó la mano.
He said, we understood. We knew he was going to come forward right off the bat. We knew that he thought he was going to be the bigger puncher. So when I felt it, he hit me with a couple of shots. And when I felt, his strength, it just, by the grace of God, it didn't bother me at all. I knew that it wasn't enough to hurt me. So when the second round came, the plan was to try to trade with him, to go in there and trade with him, and be careful, but to trade with him. And we all seen what happened in the trading. My hands were, thank the Lord, a lot heavier than his.
Yeah, I mean, I would concur with that. I'm wondering if you felt that him coming forward toward you in round 2 played directly into your hands, because it seemed to me that that was a miscalculation on the part of the opposing team to come forward into the pocket with you so early in the fight.
Sí, si tú crees que eso pues te ayudó porque él fue tan agresivo que vino de ti y él cree pues en su opinión que eso fue una mal calculación que ellos hicieron de su parte de tratar de entregolpear contigo.
Sí, también mi papá pues en la esquina cuando se acabó el primer round, mi papá me dio las instrucciones, que vio unos gestos de él en la cara cuando le logré conectarle unos golpes y pues me mandaron un poquito más adelante y más agresivo y darle un poquito más al cuerpo, tratar de buscarle un poquito más el cuerpo. Pero cuando llegó la mano arriba que lo aturdí, pues gracias a Dios pues subimos tal con la calma y buscar los buenos ángulos donde darle.
When I went to the corner, my father explained to me that he saw something in Maynard, that he wasn't comfortable with the shots that I had landed, and that, in this round, to look more for the body, look a little bit more for the body. Let's be a little bit more aggressive, always cautious, but be more aggressive. And but to be more more intact, more powerful when I threw my shots. And thank to God that I found the right angles and landed the right shots, and he wasn't able to take them.
Yeah, so let's walk us through, for the people that are listening in right now, walk us through those last moments just before you landed the body shot. It appeared that what happened was it was a straight right hand that set up the course of action, and Menard started to straddle the ropes, and then you found a home for that body shot. Walk us through exactly what you saw and exactly what happened there.
Pues que lo camina un poquito, porque lo que apareció pues para él fue que todo empezó por un derechazo que le diste y él empezó como que a ir para atrás, y ahí fue que tú seguiste tu plan de ataque, que se le puede...
Pues sí, le logré colarle una derecha como en el mentón, entre detrás encima de Chicho de la oreja, como uno dice. Le logré conectar la mano ahí lo vi como aturdido y decidimos pues ir con calma, porque estaba aturdido, no estaba ido. Pues decidimos ir con calma y tiramos arriba un par de golpes, pero que él subió bien las manos. Se abrió los planos bajos y decidí sorprenderlo. Le di el gancho de izquierda al cuerpo y él hizo como que cuando hizo así, pues yo dije, está arriba y abajo ahora ya lo tengo. Voy más para adelante hasta que llegó otra vez el Open y el gancho del hígado.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. You know, the right hand was the beginning of the end, as I understood it. But when I hit him with the right hand, I knew he was hurt, but he wasn't gone. You know, I still had to be careful. So what I did was I went back to the body, and when I hit him to the body, he made a noise like a type noise, like he breathed hard, and I knew that hurt him. And when I heard that sound, I knew he was hurt, upstairs and downstairs. So then I went back. That's when he started going back. I went back in the attack, and he had a high guard. So when he had the high guard, I went in between with the uppercut. And when I went with the uppercut, he lifted his hands with expecting the left hook to the head, and I went straight to the body with it, and that was the end.
Yeah, masterful performance. Great right hand to the head that started off the action. Uppercut lands, left body shot lands. I wonder. I hope that he's okay. I'm not sure if he. I know he was sent to the hospital. Did you break his rib, or what actually happened there?
Que pues le pedimos a Dios que todo esté bien con él, ¿verdad? No sabe si le rompiste una costilla o algo así.
No sé nada. Después de la pelea, pues no se oyó nada de él. Sí. Pero esperemos que, ¿verdad?, esté bien, que eso es un deporte y pues que los dos, siempre es bueno que los dos lleguemos sanos a los familiares, ¿verdad? Esto es el pan de cada día de nosotros, como uno se las busca y siempre bendecido, ¿verdad? Ganemos, perdemos, pero es que sacamos con salud. Eso es lo importante.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't hear nothing about him, after the fight. But yeah, to your point, pray to God that everything is good. At the end of the day, this is a sport. This is our job. This is the way that, we feed our families. So whether you win or you lose, we always want to get back to our families in good health and in well-being. So I wish the best for him.
Yeah, I concur with that for sure. I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about the preparation that you went through to prepare for this fight. What was it that you guys worked on in camp that prepared you for this fight so well?
A ver si tú puedes hablar un poquito de la preparación que tuviste para esta pelea. Que fue alguna de las cosas que hiciste también para prepararte como lo hiciste para esta pelea.
Trabajamos como siempre lo hemos trabajado, siempre hemos trabajado de igual, cajera, gimnasio, sparring. Lo más que hice ahora fue que lo que incluí fue la natación, que me puse a nadar un poquito también.
I really didn't change much. I mean, I got to be honest, I really didn't change much. I really didn't, go out of rhythm, as I would say, from our natural preparation. We always prep right. The only thing, if I was to say that we did, a little different, was that we concentrated on a lot of swimming. We did a lot of swimming for this.
Wow.
And maybe that was a key component of the way it all, broke down.
Yeah, I wonder if you could talk a little bit about your dad's his role in camp and how important it is to have your dad in camp.
A ver si tú puedes hablar un poquito de tu papá, de cómo pues eso te ayuda, cómo ¿cómo es? Lo que él hace y cómo eso te beneficia a ti, cómo tú te sientes de eso.
Me siento orgulloso, ¿verdad?, de ser hijo de él y de estar siempre, ¿cómo es? Él siempre está ahí conmigo Lo que él me dice yo siempre lo trato de ejecutar y tiene buenas métricas en cuestión ¿verdad? de entrenamiento. Es una persona, ¿verdad? Que es un escucha. Él coge, recopila y incrementa a su arsenal también, ¿verdad? Y para mejorar cada vez más los dos subimos cada vez más.
Yeah, I'm very proud of being his son first and foremost. You know, I believe my dad has a gift in the way that he preps everything. In training, the tools that he uses. He's also a very humble person, and he likes to listen to everyone, you know, and learn from everyone. And from that, he takes what he believes are good tools and positive things, and then puts his own spin on them and incorporates them. And in that fashion, we both learn. We both learn together as we go on in this journey.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, and Manny, one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, like, so what's next for you two? What's next for Hard Hitting Promotions? What's next for as it relates to Christian Tapia and his career? Where do you guys go from here?
Well, I would say, right, and speaking for HHP, Hard Hitting Promotions, as like I said, I'm just once again, and I want to reiterate that I'm just a small piece of this. But speaking for the whole team and speaking for Tapia, I always go, everything I do in life, there's one source that I go to first, and that's God. As it's always his will that I understand needs to take hold, right? That needs to be fulfilled. So I try to seek that first and foremost, and find that answer from him. What is his will with this? And once I believe I have that revelation, then I'll go on that path, right? And with that being said, like I said in the beginning of this conversation, without man, God will not. But without him, we cannot. So with that being said, we have to move in the direction and ask him for guidance. So already I can speak a little bit. Already we've gotten some calls from some major networks. And we're doing a tour, a press tour. We're leaving to Puerto Rico on Thursday. This Thursday, we will be in Puerto Rico at 1 p.m. We have the mayor of Coamo, Puerto Rico, where Christian is from, receiving us. We have some of Puerto Rico's great ex-champions and champions that are going to be embracing us down there. We have the people from Coamo that can't wait for him to touch foot on the island. And we're just waiting right now. We're first and foremost waiting on the Lord, and we're waiting for that right call that comes through. One thing for sure is that we're looking for the next step. We there's no need for going down. We're waiting for the next step. Anybody in the top 15, top 10, that's where the goal is, right?
Right. And so for you, Christian, who is there anybody that you have your eye on? Is there anybody in the top 10, top 15 that you would like to square up against?
Para ti, Cristian, sabemos pues lo que yo acabo de decir, que eso está en la mano de Dios y todo, pero que para ti, en las primeras 15, las primeras 10, tú tienes a alguien que te gustaría, alguien que tú dices para pelear para la próxima.
Estamos pendientes a los campeones mundiales. El objetivo es ser campeón mundial y para eso es que vamos.
I mean, for myself, I'm looking at the world champions. You know, the object is to be a world champion, and that's what I would love to be. You know, so for that, you know, those would be the ones, and any of them will be the ones that I would love to, you know, go against.
Great. So I'm sure they heard you, and if they haven't, they will. And if they didn't see the footage of your very, very powerful win the other night, you know, may change their minds about wanting to fight you. But here's the thing. What do you want to say to the people of Puerto Rico, your people?
¿Qué tú le quieres decir a la gente de Puerto Rico, a la gente de Coamo?
Gracias por el apoyo a mi gente de Puerto Rico, ¿verdad? A la gente también de aquí, de Filadelfia, Camden, New Jersey también. Súper agradecido con su apoyo, ¿verdad? Y Cuyón City en la casa siempre.
I wanna thank, you know, all the people from Puerto Rico, all the people from my town in Cuyón City and Coamo, Puerto Rico. But I also want to thank all the embracement and the love that I have gotten here from the people in Camden, the people in New Jersey, the people in Philadelphia. You know, I want to thank everyone that has supported me throughout this.
Yeah, I mean, I concur, man. The other night at the fight, I was just so impressed, you know, when he made his entrance, just the amount of fans and the amount of people in Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York region just come out to support you. It's quite incredible to feel that energy, and then for you to come out and have that kind of performance. Wow, you know, hats off to you, Christian.
Que sí, que él lo vio, él estaba ahí presente y él vio que fue increíble de ver tanta gente de esta área, ¿verdad? Que ha venido a verte y se sintió eso en la arena ya, se sintió cuando saliste, cuando hiciste esa entrada tan impactante y después el trabajo que hiciste para vaquear eso, pues fue una cosa maravillosa.
Gracias.
Yeah. So, well, listen, I do want to also comment, and I do want to talk to you a little bit, Manny, just real quickly about
yes,
you know, the matchmaking, man. I just want to again take my hat off to you and whoever's involved in the matchmaking. Who does the matchmaking for hard hitting? Because the card was outstanding. I mean, like I said to you in the beginning of this program, I haven't really seen a program quite as put together and as even and just really competitive fights. Who does that?
I'll take all that credit. I'm only joking. No, that is my partner Will Ruiz. Like I said, you know, we're so blessed at HHP. We're just unbelievably blessed that, you know, the team we have put together, to me, it's a godly concept, right? It's the way the world is supposed to work, right? God gives each of us a special gift, right? And by the grace of God, we have been able to put a team together that in, you know, what we would call here on earth, their lane, and what they do, they're the best at it, you know. And when it comes to the matchmaking, Will Ruiz is the best in the world. I mean, you just can't get it. I mean, from everything, from the matchmaking to the ability of making fighters two top contenders. I mean, there were so many totally even fights that happened on this card. And, you know, to the magnitude that I just want to reiterate something. You know, people don't understand, you know, we're doing a show that is not a network television show, you know, where fighters are more prevalent to say, oh, well, because I'm on a network and this and that, yes, I'll take that fight, or this and that. But, this is not a network show. This has everything to do with the ability and the relationships, right, that you have with each and one of these fighters and their teams and everything. So, like I said, all credit to Will. I mean, he's amazing, and once again, like everything, just the glory to God for giving him that gift, right, that he has.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not sure if you can you make out this picture here from where you are on your
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So I wonder if Christian, if you can just say a couple of words about the feeling about this moment right here.
Que si le puede expresar el sentimiento que sentiste en ese momento que te ves en ese retrato ahí.
Alegre, feliz, contento, orgulloso por el sacrificio que uno hace, ¿verdad? Para después de la victoria, pues uno siente un sentimiento y más lograr lo que logré, ¿verdad? Súper orgulloso de mí, de mi equipo de trabajo.
Just a joyful, a gratefulness, understanding that all the work that that you put together to get to that moment, understanding all the sacrifices, like I said before, that you have to put to get to that moment, and then when you accomplish it, it's a feeling that you can't even describe. It's a feeling that you can't even describe, but I would say in all, just grateful for what I did, joyful and grateful for my team and everybody that worked so hard to get to that moment.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Thank you guys thank you so much for being on the program. Thank you for taking the time out tonight to come on and talk about your amazing victory and share that with your fans and the fans of the Boxing Breakdown. And Manny, thank you for all that you do. You guys are outstanding, and I really do wish you the most success in your future. Christian Tapia, I'm sure we'll be seeing each other. And Manny, as always, God bless you guys. I hope you have a successful tour into Puerto Rico, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the ring pretty soon.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. God bless you for the opportunity. Just want to say thank you to the fans. Thank you.
Fight fans, join host Mark Roxey and special guests as they break down all aspects of the boxing world, including news, business, management, training, promotions, fan reactions, upcoming events, matchups, future boxing stars, title fights, state of the boxing world, and all the stuff you don't see when you watch boxing. This podcast is released each week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live streamed on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook Live. It's the Boxing Breakdown, hosted by Mark Roxey.